So here's the scenario. There is a situation on the side of the road, and the People's Protection Patrol are stopping a policy enforcer from impersonating a police constable. And the police constable at that point hasn't got a contract with any individual in this matter. They've been asked to prove their authority to act. They've been asked to prove the commerce that these people were committing. And then obviously any obligation of performance from that. There isn't any of that. So there is no contract. So the claim is false. This man cannot be then a police officer, can he? Because he's trying to force commerce. He's coercing the individuals to commit fraud, by laying a false claim to something they haven't got the right of use of, being the legal fiction, in order to create a contract where up until that point one doesn't exist. That's forced commercial intercourse. That's statutory rape, and it's attempted theft of somebody else's rights at the very minimum. Operating and supporting a slavery system and supporting terrorism is also to be added to that. At that point, anybody who does that cannot be a police officer or a police constable. So the powers of arrest are removed. The magic uniform now doesn't exist. And the party who is now impersonating a police officer is now in a position where they are a civilian. Now, if that civilian then pulls out a pepper spray on you that you use reasonable force to knock out of their hand, the reasonable force would have been to actually pick up the pepper spray and threaten the other civilian with it. That's like for like. In this instance, it was knocked to the floor, and somebody else, an innocent bystander, in order to prevent the crime from being enacted, used reasonable force and picked it up. At the point where she's picked it up as a civilian, she's then charged with, or have a claim laid against her, for having an offensive weapon, a firearm. So at the point where the police officer stopped being a police constable because of the deeds that he was executing, the same applies, the same charge applies to the once police officer or the man or woman impersonating a police officer, that they were in possession of an illegal firearm.